Hello, and welcome to the GBC Productions channel. This is episode 73. In this video, I will be rekeying a door lock. So this is a brand new doorknob, and I want it to lock and unlock with a different key than what it came with. This is a key that it came with. Turns nicely. I want to rekey it to this key. Now, when I was looking at it earlier, two of the pins are the same, so that should make it fairly easy. So let's just set aside the stuff we don't need, and let's take the doorknob off. Then we can get the lock out. Now, to get the knob off, there is a little tab here that I press. It doesn't seem to be pressing. I may have to rotate the knob. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'll be right back in a moment. Alright, so on this one, you have to have the key in, and then you press the release, and the doorknob slides right off. Now I'm just going to set this aside. Now I want to try to take the key out. Give me just a second, I'll be right back. Alright, I got it out. Now I want to try to get the lock out of here. I'm not sure if it will come out. I may have to take this lock apart while it's in the knob. So I want to try to get this clip off the end here. So this is actually a Sparrow's miniature repinning kit. This one is made for Schlage locks. It's got a follower, some tweezers, keys, pins, and a little pinning mat tray. So let me see if I can get that clip out of there. Let me pause and see if I can get this clip out. It's not really visible. So I did figure out how to get the lock out of the knob. In order to do that, I had to press this top down, and that allowed it to slide out. So I just used a little pocket screwdriver, and it slid right out. Now we have a better look at the lock assembly. So to begin, I'm going to put the key in. I'll adjust the camera a little bit. Now we're going to try to take the clip off and hope it doesn't fly across the room. And this one came off rather easily. Now we're going to take our follower. I don't think this follower is going to work with this lock. Let me go see if I can find another one. So I have the right follower. This follower is for the older locks, and this is for the newer ones. And this slips right over the tail perfectly. So I want to turn the key a little bit. Now I want to be aware on the back, that little hole there, those pins could fall through and jam up everything. So we'll go right about here. And then we just push this through. I'm not doing anything with the pins in this portion of the lock, so I'm just going to set it aside. And this is what we're looking at. This is a 5-pin lock. I'll go ahead and take the key out, set it aside, and here's the new key. With the new key, pins 1 and 2 are okay. Pin 4 even looks okay. 3 and 5 look like they need to be replaced. So I just have 2 pins to replace, it looks like. So let me go find some pins that are going to work. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and dump these out first. There's pin 2, pin 1, pin 3, pin 4, and pin 5. So now I'm going to see if I can find some pins that'll fit. Alright, so I've got some pins laid out here. I'm not sure the numbers off the top of my head, but we're going to find ones that fit. So it looks like we only need to focus on pins 3 and 5. So now I'm going to put the key in, and we're going to find pins for 3 and 5 that sit level. Let me readjust a little bit. So these are the 2 holes we're working on, 3 and 5. So I'm just going to grab one of these and drop it in and see how it looks. Okay, that one's not long enough. Let's try the next one. Still not long enough. I have the feeling that none of these pins are going to be right. Let me go look around and see if I have some other pins. So I went through some pins. I found some that look like they are going to be correct. So let's go ahead and put them in, starting with pin 1. Pin 1 goes in. Here's pin 2. Pin 3. Pin 4. And pin 5. All 5 pins are in. It looks pretty flush. Let's see if it'll work. Now again, we don't want the upper pins to fall down in that hole and lock everything up. Okay, it's getting real tight here. I think one of these pins is just a little long. Alright, I see what's going on. Pin 5 is too long. It's sticking up just a hair. Let's see if I can get a close-up here. And look, pin 2 looks a little too high too, so let's find some pins that are right. So it looks like pin 5 is definitely not going to work. So now I put pin 2 into pin 5 here. Pin 5 is now perfect. Now pin 2 looks too tall. Now I need to find a proper one for pin 2. I found one and I put it in. Now we'll just slide this back in. Again, being careful with where that hole is. Now I can take the follower off. And before I put the clip on, it turns perfectly. Now I can put the clip back on. So now the lock's ready to go. Let me zoom out, and then now let's take a look at how to put this into the doorknob. So this top part is springy, so that was up too high to allow it to come out. So I press it down and slide it in. Of course, it would help if I put the lock in the proper direction. So let's do this again. There's a gap at the top inside. I don't know if that's really showing up too well. So I press this down, slide it in, and it clicks in. Perfect. Now I'm going to put the key in so I can kind of hold the lock in place. And then slide the doorknob back on. And then I just jiggle and push to get everything lined up. And it'll click in place. It clicked in. The doorknob works. The lock works. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe for more, mash that like button, and comment below. Until next time, this is Uncle D from GBC Productions, signing off.